All right, I think we are live. So, hey, my name is Nathan Williams, and today I'm going to show you how to create a customer avatar using Facebook's Audience Insights tool. So, let's just get straight into it. Popping myself into this corner here. All right, so this right here is our customer avatar question sheet, and I'll have a link to it up above or down below depending on where you're watching this video. And what we want to do first is file and make a copy, and you want to make a copy of this document on your Google Drive. I'm just going to leave it here, but you could go ahead and organize it into whatever folder you want to place it in. Okay, sounds good. And then I'll close this one out so I don't mess with the one I don't want to mess with. All right, so now the first part's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to go over the business information. So what is the name of our business? And I've got Nathan's Keto Store. So I'm using a dummy business here that sells keto products. And then we got the market, submarket, and niche. And if you want more information on that, I recommend checking out Russell Brunson's Expert Secrets book here. He goes into detail about market, submarket, and niche. And of course, niches are where the riches are. So you want to go ahead and figure out which niche you are serving. And for the sake of time, I already decided upon one. So we've got the health market. The submarket is going to be nutrition, and then our niche is we've got a ketogenic diets. All right, so that is our business info. My chair fell down, so got to fix that real quick. All right, and then we have a bunch of questions here that we want to go ahead and fill out. We got demographic information, and then we got interests. And then we've got some other questions we want to go ahead and answer through the process here, like goals and values, challenges and pain points, objections and roles. And a lot of these questions do come from Digital Marketer's Customer Avatar Worksheet, which I'll have a link to up above or down below. So if you want to check out their sheet, you can definitely do that. And theirs is pretty. They got columns and rows and boxes and all that type of stuff. So if you want to fill this out, that's cool. Or you can just go through this process just like I'm about to do. Same concept applies here. All right, now let's get into Facebook's Audience Insights tool. And again, link to this up above or down below. And you can go ahead and choose an audience to start with. So we're going to start with everyone on Facebook. And you can, of course, choose location, age and gender, and interests, connections, pages, advanced. And we're going to go through this as we go through this process. So you'll see how this tool works. So of course, we want to start with like our interest basically, which happens to be ketogenic diets. So we're going to come over here, interests, and go to a search for ketosis or ketogenic diets. Same concept. So we'll go with ketosis here. All right, now Facebook's Audience Insights tool has changed our audience around for people that are interested in ketosis and then are in the United States and this age range and gender and all that type of stuff. So we're left with we're left with an audience that has about 3 to 3.5 million monthly active people. So that's a pretty big audience. And now let's go back over to our sheet here and start trying to figure out our demographic information. So our customer avatar can't be both a male and a female, right? It's got to be a male or a female. Well, I guess in this day and age, you can be whatever you want. But for the sake of this example, we're going to choose men or women. And this, of course, is personal preference or who you can relate to better, things of that nature. I'm a male. I'm interested in ketosis myself. So it makes sense for me to go ahead and choose males, especially if my business is serving males. If your business is for females, obviously you'd kind of target the female range, right? Or the female gender. So gender, male. So let me actually pop over to my sheet here. Gender, male. Okay, cool. All right, now we can come into some more insights. And we could do different ages. So we notice that the bulk of the people interested in ketosis that are male are between basically 25 and 54. That's where the bulk of people are. So I can kind of essentially pick an age in here that I want to serve. So we could go a little younger, we could go a little older, we could go middle of the road. And for this example, I'm going to go middle of the road. So I'll go with 35. 35-year-old males is who I want to target. So I could go ahead, or this is who my customer avatar is. So 35-year-old male. And of course, you can have multiple avatars. You don't need one avatar. You can have a bunch of avatars. So it's not like this is it. Okay, so don't get bent out of shape over selecting the right age or anything like that. It's just one person. All right, so we got 35-year-old male, and we're left with about 20,000 to 25,000 monthly active people on Facebook. So that's a pretty decent number. If we scroll down a little bit, we see relationship status, education level, job titles, etc. And we can start like dialing in this information as well. Now, 20 to 25,000 people might not be enough people. So to kind of broaden that out a little bit, I'm going to select ages 30 to 40. So now we got 200 to 250,000 people, get a bit more information. And I mean, if a 35-year-old wants it, probably a 30-year-old wants it, so we're still in the right grouping here. So let's scroll on down here. And relationship status. So we got single, we got in a relationship, engaged, married. And you see the bulk of people are married that are interested in ketosis, males age 30 to 40. So I can go ahead and select a relationship status here by clicking on it. So now we got married males interested in ketosis. So let's come over here, marital status, married. Did I spell married right? 2 R's. All right, so next question we have is, or next question we can answer is education level. So we got high school, college, grad school. And we see the bulk of people, like 77%, have college or grad school. So some higher education. So we can go ahead and target those people as well. So education level, college. I can come over to the left-hand side here. Also select grad school because the higher education is fine with me. So let's see here, level of education, college. Cool. All right, now we can start diving into some more of these questions here. So we've got like ages, number and ages of children. So let's see here. We don't really have that type of information available to us, so we could kind of make this up. I'm gonna base it off of myself here. I got 2 children. Ages 2 and 4. All right, sweet. All right, location. We can come over to the top here, location, and figure out where people are more prone to live. Of course, this isn't ultra significant unless for some reason it is. Maybe if you're selling guns or something, you want to target the South or Texas. You might notice something like that, a trend like that. But for something more generic like ketogenic diets that are nationwide, location's probably not as important, but we'll just check it out anyway. So it looks like Orlando, Florida seems pretty big, Las Vegas, Austin, Texas, Phoenix, Arizona, etc. Whatever, it doesn't really matter for this example, or in my particular case, so I'll just go with Midlothian, Virginia. So that's where I live currently. Occupation. All right, so who is this person? We can come back over to demographics now and scroll on down here, and we can see the occupation of people that are interested in ketosis, married, has college education, age 30 to 40, male. What jobs do they have? So they're military, protective services, veterans. So that's a big chunk of the market is military type people. So that's pretty interesting to note. Then we go into architecture and engineering, installation, repair services, construction, extraction, business and finance. So these look like, people that are working hard, using their hands, etc., to make things happen. So let's come back over to our sheet. And occupation, we will go with military. Military. Job title, we will say that he is an Italian, I can't spell anything, maintenance officer. So I was actually in the Army, which is why I can't spell battalion, but I had a job as a battalion maintenance officer while I was in the Army, so I just made that up. Annual income, so how much do you make? $60K or so, being an Army officer, battalion maintenance officer. 60K. So we have our demographic information that Facebook's Audience Insights tool helped us to uncover, right? Like now we know that a lot of military folks, military mindset type folks that are married, higher education, they're interested in ketogenic diets, ketosis, things of that nature. So that's pretty cool. Name, we can name them whatever we want. This is our avatar for your business. You can create the name. All right, now we get into the kind of cooler stuff and why I like Audience Insights tool. We're gonna now look at the things that these people are interested in. So let's come over here and we can go to page likes. And we got top categories and then page likes. So this basically breaks down the pages and things that our audience, men 30 to 40, our demographic information, and it breaks it down into who they follow or what they watch, what they're reading, etc. So we got sports and fitness instruction. I can't read. So let me actually just copy and paste that over here. So paste that on in there. Sports and fitness instruction. Got Body Spartan and RE Fitness. And if I click on one of these or both of these, it'll load up the page for that particular business or interest that they have. So we can come over here and investigate like what actually is Body Spartan, what is RE Fitness, find your strong. Okay, interesting. We could of course come over to the about, learn more about the business. We could browse their page, browse their posts, browse their reviews, watch their videos, get to know this business, and so on. So websites these people follow. So we got Gym Junkies, America, Hell Yeah. So we could of course copy this content, bring it over here. I think I have a websites thing, so I'll just paste it in here real quick. Gym Junkies, America, hell yeah. All right, awesome. And that makes sense, right? If it's a veteran crowd, military crowd, America, yeah. All right, so then we got athlete, Derek Wada. Don't know much about athletes. Let's see what he is. It's a fitness guy. Looks like military veteran, wounded combat veteran. And so got a big following here. And so we just work our way through the various interests people have. So we got celebrities, gurus that we could fill that out on. We got Athlean X, retail companies, so we see what type of clothes our avatar is wearing. Qualo. This is the rubber rings, rubber wedding bands. Tough as X. See this? They got glasses. Just another military style group. And so on. What coffee shop they shop at. The author, Tim Ferriss. Clothing company, America, as Fudge. Sporting goods, where they're shopping at. Personal coach. Health and wellness website, Testosterone Nation. Vitamins and supplements, On It, BSN, Muscle Farm, etc. And you can get all this information to fill out your customer avatar question sheet here. I'm not going to go through the entire process here because I think you understand the concept of how you could, figure out what people are interested in. And you don't have to answer the questions that are pre-established on this sheet here. You can, of course, make up your own, like I brought in sports and fitness instruction because that seems important to these folks. And scrolling on down, we'll come to the page likes. And now we can see what types of pages our customer avatar likes. So I love keto. That makes sense. We're targeting a ketosis audience. So we can see the pages that they like. So we got I love keto. Come over here, pages. I love keto. And we've got Body Spartan, which we already looked at. On It, Fit to Fat to Fit, Dr. Jim Stepani. And with this page-like information, if you check it out, we can see like which pages our audience is most likely to engage with. So we got, I love keto, relevance of 1, so they're in order. So about 5,000 people out of, the Facebook's 380,000 people. So our affinity is 360 times. So our audience is 360 times more likely to like the I Love Keto page than the rest of Facebook. So that's cool things to know. This could help with targeting later on, your message, your branding, etc. later on. So all this information is for helping you reach your audience and then speak to your audience. All right, so you go through that whole process, you figure out all their interests, and we come down then to the 3 whys. And this is where we're going to start getting into the mind of your customer avatar and better understand why they're doing what they're doing, why they like certain individuals, things of that nature. And so the exercise is you go through the demographics and interests you came up with, asking why 3 times to uncover the individual's psyche. And then once you understand their psyche, you'll be better able to answer these questions as they pertain to your market, niche, business. And then we got goals and values, challenges and pain points, objections and roles. And once you have this type of information and you understand your customer's psyche, you can figure out what products and services the individual needs and then basically connect your audience, your avatar, with the products and services they need and, make sales is the goal, obviously, of this whole exercise. And so we'll go through this why exercise real quick. So let's come up here to Body Spartan. So actually, let's come up to the top of demographics. So why is this person named Josh? Well, we don't necessarily need to do the 3 whys to all this stuff, like why they're named Josh. Parents like that name. Why did they like the name? Because they saw it in a baby book and it just resonated with both of them. Well, why did it resonate with both of them? Well, that happened to be the name of, their great-grandfather 3 generations ago. Who knows? Why is he 35? Well, because parents had intercourse 35 years ago, and there you go, here he is, or 36 years ago, depending. Gender, male, why? We don't need to go through that process. Marital status. So this could be important. So why is he married? Well, he loves his wife. Now, why does he love his wife? She's a good cook. That's a weird reason to love someone, but maybe being involved with ketogenic diets, he might make some sense, right? She's a good cook. All right, so why is she a good cook? She went to cooking class. All right, so that's not very helpful, obviously. We're talking about his wife. So moving on down the list, we've got our children. Why has he got children? Why are they just 2 and 4? Why did he want children in the first place? Those types of questions. So location, why is he living in Midlothian, Virginia? Because, let's say, spouse has a job here. Why does she have a job here? Because that's where we started our life, and so on. Military, why military? Wanted to serve a higher cause. Why did he want to serve a higher cause? Felt he didn't deserve the freedoms he had. Why didn't he deserve the freedoms he had? Because it was handed to him at birth. He wants to earn it. It's hard to type when people are watching me. I don't know if anyone's watching me. I haven't looked at my stream yet. I'll check for questions after I get through this process here. So here's an actual decent example of the 3 whys for occupation. So why is he in the military? Well, he wanted to serve a higher cause. And then why did he want to serve a higher cause? Well, he felt he didn't deserve the freedoms that he had. And why does he feel that way? Because it was just handed to him at birth and he wants to earn it, he wants to give back, etc. And so on. Coming on down, we'll skip over these. I think you understand the concept at least, and you also understand why some of these don't really matter. You don't need to go 3 levels deep on these. It just sometimes things are what they are. It's your customer avatar, and he's 35 because he was born 35 years ago. But these interests, you can always ask the 3 whys. So let's check out Body Spartan. What is Body Spartan? Body Spartan. And if you don't know what it's about, you can go to the page and start figuring out what the heck this is. So I never heard of Body Spartan, so let's check it out. So our goal is to change as many lives as possible by passing on the knowledge that we have amassed through years of sculpting our own physiques. Okay, cool. So About is dedicated to providing the latest cutting-edge fitness, nutrition, and supplement information. Okay, so fitness, supplements, etc. We could go to the website, check it out. So if they're about fitness, supplements, cutting-edge, nutrition, etc., so why is he following them? He wants to learn more about fitness, nutrition, supplements, etc. Why does he want to learn about that? He wants to live a long and healthy life. Why does he want to live a long and healthy life? He's got a wife and kids he loves and wants to be there with them. Boom. You could go, 5 whys deep if you really wanted to, but we're getting there. We're figuring out why he's following this Body Spartan page, because he wants to live longer, be healthy, loves his wife and kids, wants to be there with them, for them, etc. Provide for them. So RE Fitness, imagine it's close to the same thing. Let's check out this America Hell Yeah website or page. America Hell Yeah. All right, where is that at? It's up here, I believe. America Hell Yeah. All right, what is this page about? Okay, America Heck Yeah. America's great. Guns, cars, booze, women, trucks, and all things America. F yeah. Language warning, obviously. All right, so they got some humor going on here. Let's go to the home, see what's going on here. So you think Fatal Funnel is your ally? Merely adopted? Whatever. Can't read either when doing it live. Hey Bandit, you know what day it is? So some meme stuff. Well, you see, officer, I was trying to pretend to murder my friend and went well. Okay, so stuff about soldiers. Looks like this guy. Stop the potential. So you just come through here and try and think about why your ideal customer is on this page. And we know that because it seems like a lot of military folks are interested in keto stuff and interested in America and serving the country and so on. So interesting concept. So why are they following this page? Because they're American F and have a sense of humor. So it looks like kind of like just a fun page to follow. Got memes and things like that popping up. So that's why. So why would he be America F and have a sense of humor? Well, just wants to relax. Why does he want to relax? Long, stressful day at the office. And so on. So this is why he's following this website. Or some reasons. Of course, you could go through the whys and start off on a different thing, a different theme, why you're asking the why questions and come up with completely different answers. But anyway, the idea is you go through everything you find here, asking these 3 whys, and you start to develop a detailed picture of who your customer avatar is. Now, it doesn't need to be like 100% right. There's probably not going to be this exact person out there in the world, but you're putting thought and attention into it and trying to get into the mind of this individual. You're figuring out where they hang out. They look at Body Spartan, RE Fitness, Gym Junkies, America Hell Yeah. I really love keto, so this is where they're hanging out. So now we know how to get in front of them, how to target them, put ads in front of them, get them over to our website. We know that they're American, they're military style, they like working out, supplements, fitness, so we can start to relate to these people, right? That's the concept. Now, if I went after females or something, I imagine there'd be an entirely different customer avatar we'd start coming up with, and that's perfectly fine. Then we'd know what they're thinking. Maybe they're not military, maybe they're mothers or something like that, and they're interested in keto and so on. So you make several different avatars. This is like a military guy, likes having a good time, fun stuff, working out, getting jacked, getting swole, all that stuff. And then you have other customer avatars that aren't interested in that type of stuff, right? And then ultimately you get down to answering these types of questions. So what are their goals and values as they pertain to your market niche business? So of course, like our guy's goal is to live longer and healthier, live a longer and healthier life. So has time with kids, whatever, something along those lines, right? So values, eating clean, so raw, organic, paleo, all those fancy keywords. Grass-fed. Cool. All right, so the goals and values as they pertain to your business, obviously. So we have a keto business, so living longer, healthier. So it's times with kids, eating raw, organic, paleo, grass-fed food. So they have, as that relates to our business. Now, he might also have a goal to make $1 million a month, and that's fine goal, whatever. People have their own goals. But that doesn't pertain to our business. So you don't want to come up with like weird, obscure goals just to answer these questions. And going through the whys, the 3 why questions, you'll start to get a picture and be able to come up with their goals and their values. And you won't be like, well, I think his goal is to make $1 million a month, a year, whatever. So that's the idea here. So you can hone in and understand their goals in life and their values, and then you can relate to these people. So challenges and pain points, well, this guy is in the military, so he probably doesn't have a lot of time to like prep food and all that type of stuff. So he short on time in the field doing training, exercises, eating MREs and other stuff that's definitely not keto friendly. So that if he had like a meal that he could bring with him to the field that was, that could sustain hot, cold weather, etc., it doesn't need to be cooked, etc., he could just eat it cold. That could be something good to provide him, right? Because he's out there in the woods for months at a time, doing missions, things like that. All right, objections and roles. So why would they not buy your product? I don't know. If he makes $60,000 a year, he might not have enough money if I'm selling, a $5,000 product or service. So objections could be, money, time. They're common objections, obviously, money, time. Drawing a blank on other objections, but you get the idea. I'll try and link to a list of objections somewhere, common objections, but money and time are typically the ones of why somebody's not going to buy from you. Trust. They don't trust you. Another big one, obviously. So they don't trust that it'll work. It will work. Help them. Things of that nature. And then roles are, what role do they have in the buying decision? So are they the decision maker? Like if it's like a $20 shake, they're probably the decision maker. But if you're selling something for $5,000, well, they might need to go talk to their wife or their significant other about this investment they're going to make into your product or your service. So what role do they have? Main decision maker, and so on. So this is how you go about filling out the customer avatar sheet by using the Facebook Audience Insights tool. It's pretty handy. It definitely can shed a lot of insight into your customer avatar and what they're thinking about. Remember to ask those why questions to dive deeper into your customer psyche so you can better understand why they're doing what they're doing. And you can again make multiple of these customer avatar sheets for different customers. And again, that's going to help you with your targeting because you'll know where they hang out. You'll know what they're thinking about. You'll know what their needs, wants, and desires are. And you can connect with people when you know people, right? So that's the idea here. I'm going to pop over to Facebook real quick, see if there's any questions or anything like that. And I appreciate you hopping in here with me and taking the time out of your day. And hopefully this has been helpful. So let me refresh this real quick. And if you're watching me live, I'm coming to you shortly. Okay, so got a few questions here. When you scan, are you only looking for relevant pages? What if your C keyword doesn't show relevant pages? So if you're don't have, like, it will typically show relevant pages and demographic information. If you're not seeing that, you might need to broaden your demographic information. Like I changed my age range to 30 to 40 instead of just 35, so that way I had enough people in my audience in order for Facebook to locate pages and things of that nature. But I mean, your niche should have some sort of keyword that people are interested in, right? I mean, trying to think of any niches that wouldn't. I mean, if you had like if you were in like real estate investing, like here's real estate investing, and males, again, 30 to 40, males, page likes, and so on. So your seed keyword, I mean, if you don't have any data, again, widen your demographic information, or pick another word, or pick a few words. You can throw a couple words in here to broaden things out. Also, a lot of times these page names will pop up as interests, like the points guy. So let's try that. The points guy. So he popped up. So the points guy popped up. So we can throw him in there. Let's see. Nest, Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm sure he'll pop up. Gary Vaynerchuk. And so you can kind of broaden your audience. Now, we're getting a little off topic if we're on real estate investing, and now we're talking about Gary Vaynerchuk. He's not really a real estate investor, but you get the idea that you could look at these different page names and likely find them as additional interests. So that's something to note. All right, how large do you make your interest audience to test? So on this, when going through here, I just make sure that there's enough people in it that stuff's popping up. Like if I've gone too narrow on my demographic information and no pages or anything's popping up, well, then I broaden things out like I was just saying. But yeah, I mean, if there's 40 to 45,000 people and that's enough to have data popping up, then that's fine. As you'll note, when you go to these pages, I mean, there's probably 1.8 million people are liking this page. So the likelihood that you could figure out a way to get in front of people that like this page and this guy's stuff is pretty high, right? And yeah, maybe not all of them are interested in what you have to offer, but you'll be able to get a segment out of them. So yeah, the audience isn't as important. It's not necessarily who I'm going to be targeting right away or anything. I'm not going to create an ad off of this audience. I'm just doing it to get the information, and later on when I create an ad, like I can start targeting these different segments. But yeah, for the audience insights tool, I don't pay attention to this really. I'm just trying to make sure that there's enough people that stuff is popping up. And if nothing's popping up, I widen things out. All right, so do you build audiences even off of so-called non-related pages? Keto, hell yeah. Yes. So when you create your ads, I would create the different ad sets. If I'm creating interest-based ad sets, I would create them using different interests that I found on here, like the hell yeah one, the keto one, etc. So then I can see which page is bringing in the results. And again, you can kind of relate your message to the particular interest you're targeting. Like if I'm targeting keto pages, like my messaging and branding is going to be different than when I'm talking to veteran military pages, right? And targeting those. Hopefully that answers your question. Do I use the affinity score? Affinity score. This thing down here. Yeah, so I mean that's a great way to keep things sorted. I mean, the relevance score keeps it organized, but then affinity is also kind of interesting. Like, well, I got the points guy selected and Gary Vaynerchuk, but let me delete those people out of there. So just generic real estate investing. We come down here, we see that this bigger pockets page people are 546 times more likely to like this page than regular Facebook users. So that's kind of crazy. So that's a big page to go after. It's actually a small 100,000 person page, but the idea of targeting these people is still there. So yeah, I mean, the affinity score, sorts with relevance. So I would start like at the top here and work my way down. You might have to combine a few pages together in order to get your audience large enough when you're creating your ad. So you'd be like bigger pockets, real estate investing, hardcore closer, and I don't know, real estate investing events. So you combine these 4 interests into one ad set, and then you continue on down the list. Hopefully that makes some sense to you. Hi, DJ from Japan. Do you have updated funnel Facebook course for Shopify, and which is good Shopify or ClickFunnels for dropshipping? So that's a bit off topic for this video. I'll answer that in text below. And that is the last question that I see on here. So I'm going to go ahead and end this stream now. If you have any questions afterwards, feel free to leave a question in the box, and I will reply via text later on. So I appreciate you guys showing up, asking some questions, and hopefully you got something out of this training. And I'll just thank you for your time. Have a great day.